Views expressed by guests on this podcast are the opinion of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Front Porch Communities and Services. Please see our show notes for more details. We're taught from a young age to value independence. But what if our true strength is our ability to connect with others? Through conversations with the fascinating folk who live and work at Front Porch Communities and Services, we explore how community shapes us, how we can learn from people in every stage of life, and how each of us makes an impact in our own communities and beyond. Welcome to the Front Porch Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Hall. So every 6 months, we have meetings at our senior living communities where our team members and leaders interact with residents to talk about the state of the union, so to speak, or a specific topic to explore. And I was there for one of those meetings at Canterbury Woods. And after the meeting, I was in a great mood. We just had such wonderful conversations about community and culture and what it feels like to belong. And Geoven showed up afterwards, and somehow we got onto Beyonce, which is one of my favorite topics. And I said that, my wish list, my bucket list to continue my own learning is to learn how to produce music. And he said, I'm learning how to do it. And in fact, I have some songs that I've been working on. So Geoven and I listened to his music. And then he said, you've got to meet Dianne. She's also doing this. She's my partner and we're learning this together. We ended up having a jam session. Then I thought, we're creating this podcast about building community and how each of us has something unique to contribute. How cool would it be if 2 of our team members create the music for our podcasts? And that's how we arrived here. Geoven Snaer began at Canterbury Woods as a houseman, rose to Director of Housekeeping Services, then Director of Administrative Services, and now he serves as a Senior Executive Assistant. A man of many hobbies, he also produces electronic music. Joining him is Dianne Enriquez, a registered nurse and MDS coordinator and charge nurse for the skilled nursing at Canterbury Woods. Dianne recently earned her Bachelor of Science in Nursing and is certified as a resident assessment coordinator by the American Association of Post-Acute Care Nursing. Outside of work, she creates and edits videos and music while enjoying time with her husband and 2 children. So a big welcome to the multi-talented composers of our podcast music, Geoven Snaer and Dianne Enriquez. Geoven and Dianne, thank you so much for being here on the Front Porch Podcast.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. So how fun that the 2 of you then have collaborated to create our soundtrack for this podcast.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was like, hey guys, we're starting a podcast. We need some original music. What do you think? And you were so for it.
We haven't done it before.
That was the first time. It was a really great challenge, and we learned so much sort of in the process, which was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It inspired me to look up music theory and patterns, chords. It was really fun. We learned a lot through this whole process. Yeah.
That's amazing. I want to come back to this and hear more about the process of creating this music together. But let's learn more about you and your roles at Canterbury Woods. Dianne, what brought you to Canterbury Woods and what do you do there?
I'm the clinic nurse and I recently graduated my RN and my bachelor's in nursing. Now I'm on the floor in the skilled nursing unit. So I'm the charge nurse there.
What does a charge nurse do?
Take care of all, basically the whole floor. And you asked the question, what brought me here? My mom actually worked here since 1997. She's actually brought me here when I was 5. I've seen the whole campus. I've seen her work with other residents. I've talked to other residents that she's like, hey, talk to them. They really enjoy your company.
So you learned about the magic of being around older people at a young age.
Yes.
I did too.
And that's what inspired me to be in this field, and seeing my mom work here and then coming back and working with my mom is really cool.
And Dianne, what's it like working with your mom?
Actually, working with my mom, I always told myself I would never work with my mom.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Just say it out loud and watch the universe laugh, right?
Exactly. Now working together and like understanding how we both work, I can depend on her. She can depend on me. Like right now, she's covering the floor for me. Oh yeah, she could take care of the patients. I know she will. I think it means more to me that she trusts me. She sees my accomplishments and being able to let everyone know, hey, that's my daughter. She's there on the floor right now. And that makes me feel really good.
She's proud her baby works there and is an RN now.
Yeah. So that makes me really happy.
And what's your story, Geoven?
My family has also been we're a family full of caregivers. My mother is a retired RN. My dad he's retired military, but he's also a retired caregiver. And we had a business too for 20 years.
Your family had a group home, right?
Mm-hmm. We had a 6-bed group home in Washington State. So when we first opened it, I was in middle school. And so I was used to that. And that's why, growing up, getting out of high school, I was like, nah, I don't think I want to be in the field. And then here I am.
Here you are. Pulled you back in.
That's right. I'm the senior executive assistant here at Canterbury Woods, but I wasn't always that. I started off as a houseman, actually. But while I was in housekeeping, my boss in housekeeping, Frank O'Dowd, one of the best bosses out there, he decided to retire, and they needed somebody in that position. So I applied for it. I got the position and I became the director of housekeeping for 3 years.
I mean, that's a lot of logistics. That's a lot of people. Without housekeeping, nothing works.
What I found out is it's not just linen. It's not just laundry. Housekeeping is actually sort of an extension of our care staff.
I agree.
Right? A lot of the times when things get reported, a resident has some sort of change of condition. Housekeepers notice that and they bring it up to the care staff, and they're sort of our first line of defense.
It's part of a lot of the interdisciplinary meetings, right? Like, what do the housekeepers know? What have they noticed?
I was lucky to be left with a wonderful team that, I made every priority to keep together. They didn't like me at first. I like to point that out.
Why not? Why do you think they didn't like you at first?
I think it's the change. I think it's when you have somebody new, you have to earn that trust. And so it probably took me a good year to earn everybody's trust.
What did you do to earn their trust?
A lot of what I wanted to do is I wanted to continue essentially what Frank had before to the best of my abilities. Like, make work fun and create like a family, maintain like a family here.
And then from there, you went on to become the senior executive assistant. What appealed to you about that position?
What's great about that position is I help all the departments in some way or another.
Everyone loves Geoven now.
Oh, I know. I can tell. When I visit, I'm like, wait, I need to know that guy, because everybody knows that guy. He's the guy.
Yes, he's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
I'm super popular at work, but outside of work, nobody knows me. No, but it's great. I think, and that's what I'm trying. That whole family thing, friends, family, we all work here. We're all working towards the same goal. That's what I want to try to instill, not just in my department, but all the departments.
What's the best part about your role, Dianne?
When I first started here, nobody knew what I was able to do. They were unsure whether or not they should go to me and ask me questions. And then as a year passed, everyone's like, oh, Dianne can do this and do that. So every resident here knows me by name now, and they're like, okay, Dianne can help you with this. And I think recognition from the residents really, really is rewarding.
I hear that all the time. The relationships with the residents and team members are strong. I mean, it's a big part of creating that vibrant community.
Yeah, it really is. They bring me joy, especially if I remember something about them and I mention it, and just the way their face lights up, it makes me really happy.
Aww.
She's super smart and she's super dependable. I mean, that's and caring. And I think that when you have all those qualities, that's why Dianne's in the position she is in now, because you can just go, oh, Dianne, she could fix everything. She's one of those people, and there's just valuable people to have, and it's great.
Oh, thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
And what about for you, Geoven? What's the best part of this job for you?
Every day is something new. When I tell people, oh, I work at a senior community, some of them are like, oh, is that exciting? And I tell them, absolutely.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All these people, all these personalities and stories and experiences.
Exactly. And it's not, it's not just the residents. They're a very big part of it, but then also the people that we work with. So many times we get caught up in our work. It's like, let's all make this into a fun and engaging place to work. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's create an atmosphere where we enjoy being here.
Sounds like you're talking about the culture of the community now.
Up to that,
Sure. We'll put the little pop-up right here, right?
Culture. But that is what keeps us together and helps us know how to treat each other and, our shared values, even our shared rituals. What makes the Canterbury culture cool and distinct?
I would say it's the activities we do for the residents and the employees. Like recently we had a chair volleyball competition between the employees and the residents, and it was really fun.
Who's more competitive? Did you find out?
I think the residents were pretty competitive.
I think they're more competitive than we are. I mean, we won, but they're like, we're gonna get you back.
Yes,
definitely.
Every day they'll pass by us and remind us that we're gonna practice.
There's gonna be a rematch for sure, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be a rematch. I think that's the great thing about Canterbury Woods is like the interactions between staff and residents. There's this we just mesh well with each other. I think both sides are always thinking about the other side, right? Residents are always thinking about what are we doing for the staff. Staff are always thinking about what are we doing for the residents. The moment one person is disrespectful to another, everybody gangs up on, you shouldn't be doing that. It's residents are defending, staff because one resident said something, and then, same thing on the other side. And I think
we all have each other's backs.
Exactly.
Pretty good place to spend 8 hours of your day, right?
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Can't complain.
What has been the impact for you of having these relationships with older adults? I know for me, from a young age, I started volunteering in a nursing home, and then I got hooked on assisted living the first time I volunteered there after college. And I found that older adults have given me such tremendous perspective on life, what matters, what's meaningful, kind of what's important. A lot of getting over myself, still working on it. But, my life is so enriched. What has been the impact for you?
There's some residents don't have family members that visit them often, that, check in on them, and we're their families here. Knowing that history, that background for them is, I want to be able to be, your family member. If you need help, you call me. Or if you need someone to talk to, you talk to me.
You made a difference every day.
What about you, Joven?
I kind of attribute me being here, becoming the director of housekeeping early on. That was in big part from residents. I think that even as a houseman, they saw me and my potential, and just, me making friends with them and getting to know them. And they're like, wait, this kid's kind of smart. Okay. And so having the support from them, and then having the support from some of my coworkers as well, was really, really big. And even, the residents who supported me then are still here today, and they're still such big impacts in my life. They're just great people. And it just makes me want to take care of them even more, when they're the reason why I'm in the position I'm in right now.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Aren't we lucky to get to work in this space? I feel that every day. Like, this is what life is about. What have you learned about building community working at Canterbury Woods? What does it take?
Yeah, I want to say building that relationship and that trust, it takes a lot of work. Your consistency and keeping in touch with them, reminding them that you're there for them.
Those words like consistency and accountability, I think they don't get said enough, because we like the warm and fuzzy words, like trust. You have to hold yourself to that higher standard. Otherwise, you'll say something and people will be like, well, will he do it? Will he not? Who knows? Like, I can't trust. I'm just going to go to Dianne. because I can trust her, you
Yeah.
know, because she has been consistent and she has been accountable and she has done, you know, things that I've asked help for. So I'm just going to go to her and I'm not going to go to this guy over here who, you know, isn't trustworthy. So I think that's really, it's really
He was
important.
not pointing at himself for those of you who are listening.
But
Because you're the
know,
guy.
He is the guy.
And the residents helped you with the music, right? They gave feedback as you were going through the creation experience. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
When we first were given the opportunity, you blessed us with the opportunity to make a song.
You blessed us by saying yes.
No, you blessed us. No, we one of the things that you wanted us to do, and we also wanted to do, is because it's for the residents, is, you know, get their input. So we got a meeting. We had about, I want to say 5 residents, 5 staff, all in one room. And Dianne and I had come up with just random. We didn't know what the heck we were making, right?
Yeah.
You came up with like 5 or 6 different tracks, right? Like all different genres of music, but you didn't know what would resonate, right?
Yeah, we played all 5 or 6 of the tracks to the residents and the staff. And then we asked them what really stood out to you. Like, which tracks did you like? Which tracks did you not like? Nobody liked my electronic music, so that was out of the question.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you have a lot of fans. Don't worry about it.
So maybe in a couple years, people will warm up to techno.
Yeah. You're just ahead of us.
Yes, it's the future. It's the future.
Yeah.
But they really liked the songs that had a very soft, meaningful, like intro guitar. One resident was like, yeah, the guitar in this is really great. It really makes you wonder about what's coming next. And so taking all that info and then sitting down with Dianne and going, okay, scratching our heads.
Okay, now what?
And yeah, so, but I think that was a very important part of the process is getting that feedback from the residents. Otherwise, man, it could have gone any sort of way. But eventually we ended up with the piano, because the piano kind of has this, you can
it's like timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, you collaborated to create this piece now that is representing Front Porch. How does that feel?
I feel really good about it.
High fives all around.
Yeah. And Geoven put a little, like, his piano work is amazing.
Can you read music?
I can. I have a weird thing when it comes to playing the piano. So residents want me to play a concert, and I pretty much told them, like, no, I'm not going to play it.
And Dianne, you let him say no? You're going to let him get away with it?
I didn't know you said no.
No,
I think we need to put a little more pressure on you.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Dianne's been talking you up now.
I probably should have said something on this recording.
Now
it's
we
on
know.
record. Now it's on record. No, but it's funny. I share this story with everybody. So when I was a kid, when I first started taking piano lessons, my mother was so excited to show me off to people at her work that she brought me to her work. You know, she's also a nurse. She was into skilled nursing. So she brought me over to their dining room, much like our dining room, their day room. And they had a piano. So I was playing, I don't know what I was playing, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Like that. And mind you, I was in 3rd grade. So I was probably like 8 years old or something like that. And I'm playing, no. And then one of the residents in the dining room who's listening, she starts saying out loud, she goes, "Get off the piano. You're horrible."
Oh.
Boo. And so I'm, me, I'm just like, I was a crybaby when I was a kid.
You're sensitive.
Very sensitive.
That's a good quality.
So I was like crying. My mom was trying to comfort me and take me out. All the other residents there were great. They're like, "Oh, you played so beautifully." But all it takes is like one person doing it.
Oh, no.
And so that kind of lives rent free in the back of my mind. And yeah, so I'm definitely not a performer when it comes to the piano.
Well, you don't know if you are yet. I mean, we might have to change that.
Maybe it's just lack of practice. That's my excuse. Yeah.
Well, now you get to show a piece of yourself every time a podcast plays. No more stage fright.
Dianne, tell us about your dreams. What's next for you?
For me, I love to teach. That's just one thing for me. It's like I love teaching the correct way. I love teaching things on standards.
Good to know. Noted.
Yeah. Standards in the skilled nursing, like everything, infection control. I love teaching and I love learning from, the CNAs. They've taught me a lot of techniques that I've never done before. And I love learning and I love sharing the knowledge back to others. Yeah. So maybe one day I can get my master's in nursing and be able to teach.
And what about for you, Geoven?
Professionally?
What's on your mind?
I want to be a DJ. No,
you would be a great DJ.
Yes, you would.
Let's do it. I want to be a DJ too.
Let's all get together and have a DJ session. But I love learning at the job. I think, learning from people, learning with the experiences is really important to me. And so just growing. I think that's why I love this position so much, is because there's just so many aspects. I don't know who I'm going to be working with next. Am I going to be talking with risk? I'm going back and forth with legal. I'm like, okay, but I'm not in trouble. See, it's great. Putting together processes with AP and, helping with big projects here, putting together parties and events. I just want to continue to grow. However that may look, I think is really important to me. And then maybe later on, we'll think about being a DJ.
You might not say it, but I see you as a future executive director, right, Dianne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has it in him.
Why'd you have to say that in the video?
I can't help myself. Sorry.
God.
You're a great leader. I mean, part of leadership is building relationships and building trust and, being the go-to person and helping other people grow. Yeah. Right? Having a vision for what community is and putting in the time to building that culture so that people know how to behave and how to treat each other when no one's looking. You have all of those qualities.
Oh, thanks, Anna. That means a lot. No, that really does. I think, that's a lot of responsibility, though.
He can do it.
You know what Sean Kelly told me when I said, what is it like being the CEO? He's a CEO of Front Porch. It's a lot of responsibility. And he said, Anna, it's all about the team and the people that you have around you. If you think that it's all on you, then your leadership is going to have a problem. Yeah. A leader is about, uplifting everyone around you and trusting them, just like this conversation that we've had today. So keep that in mind, because I'm watching you. So what's next on the music front?
Geoven has been working on something, and here and there he'll ask for my input, and I'm like, oh yeah, you should do this.
Geoven, do tell.
It's one of those, I don't know. I never thought that I'd be so obsessed over music. I'm not even really good at it. It's just, I'm learning.
You're so humble. You are very good at it.
So Bach's Prelude No. 10 is a classical song that I have just been fascinated with. And I started off playing it on the piano. And it's cool because it's very melodic and very slow and beautiful at the beginning. And then after that, it just becomes this like crescendo. It's like, no. And I thought that was so cool. And Bach has these techno tendencies, right? He's
really?
He's got a beat where he keeps.
I've heard that Bach's music is like your heartball. Like it can even help regulate your biorhythms.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
cool.
But yeah, that's the newest work. I feel like I'm learning, I'm growing in it, and it's cool. So yeah.
It's an important part of life.
Yeah.
To explore your creativity, to see what you're made of, to push the boundaries, to keep trying new things. And look what that's led to now.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you're the soundtrack for our stories of Front Porch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. Trust me, just the beginning. Thank you both so much.
Thank
for
you,
everything
Anna.
that you do in the community, for being incredible community builders, for making change, for being willing to try new things, for being so invested in... I'm going to get a little bit emotional right now, but like you're both so invested in caring about the people around you, the team members, the residents. Like it really is incredible that you can make such an impact on people's lives. But it all works, right? We all work together to make this incredible community.
Absolutely.
And now we have a soundtrack.
Yes.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks for listening to the Front Porch Podcast. We'd love to send you off today with Geoven Snaer's arrangement of Bach's Prelude No. 10. Enjoy! You've been listening to the Front Porch Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Hall. Our theme music was composed by Geoven Snaer and Dianne Kae Enriquez. Carmen Elena Mitchell is our producer and editor. Our recording engineer is Jeff Gall. Special thanks to Laura Darling, Kate Vermillion, and Joanna Aceves for production and marketing support. Front Porch is a dynamic nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering individuals to live connected and fulfilled lives through community and innovation. In support of this vision, Front Porch provides high-quality, accessible, and welcoming human services through senior living communities, affordable housing communities, and other programs and services. Learn more at frontporch.net. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please share it with a friend and help others find us by subscribing and leaving a review. We'll be back soon with more stories from the fascinating folk who live and work at Front Porch. Until then, stay connected and inspired.